Hi, I'm Lacey Bamberger, and this is my case study over Truman Elementary School. Category 1, Problem Identification and Analysis. What do I know, what do I need to know, and identify the problem. So what do I know? Truman Elementary School has pre-K through 8th grade students. It is the largest elementary school in the district. They have approximately 700 students. 15% of their students qualify for free and reduced lunch, and only 5% of their students are ELL. The principal has been at Truman Elementary School for 2 years. There has been some concern with their reading achievement. Recent standardized scores indicate that they are performing lower in reading than in math. And if you look over the last couple of years, they are starting to lose ground from grade to grade. The parents have noticed the test scores and are starting to express their concern regarding the reading instruction and scores. And recently the PTO requested that the principal come to the next meeting and discuss the concerns the parents have. The principal assessed the school's reading instruction, and after that assessment, had the reading supervisor come in to observe and make recommendations for instructional improvement. The reading supervisor's observations noticed that the teachers are using the basal reading program for only 1 hour a day. There is very little individualized or small group skill development being taught. Strategic reading is not being taught in most of the classrooms. Spelling instruction is only occurring just in the basal instruction, and the reading instruction is not aligned with recent research. They made some recommendations for Truman Elementary School. The instruction needs to be individualized, and it needs to meet the needs of all students. Currently, the students are all getting the exact same instruction. There is no differentiated instruction going on. The staff will need professional development, and some will need even extensive support. The curriculum standards need to be revised, and language arts instruction needs to be longer than 1 hour. There is a grant opportunity for the school. The grant supports a research-based reading program being implemented into the schools. The grant ranges from $200,000 to $300,000, but it cannot exceed $350,000. And the principal is in the process of getting the school organized in the district and getting that support for the grant proposal. What do I need to know? Some extra things that I need to know are I need more reading assessment data. Currently, I was only able to look at recent standardized tests, so I would like to look at the other reading assessment data that this school has. I need to know when the reading curriculum was implemented, and did the teachers receive professional development for that reading curriculum? Is there an MTSS or intervention programs in place? And Truman reading scores, I'd like to have them compared to the other district elementary school. And I would like to know, are they using the same curriculum? Is the other elementary school being successful and using the exact same curriculum that Truman Elementary School is using? The problem identified, Truman Elementary School's reading assessment scores are very concerning. Students are losing ground from grade to grade, and the scores are not consistent or increasing throughout the school. The parents have voiced their concern regarding test scores and reading instruction. The reading supervisor came observed and found multiple areas of concern. And the reading instruction is not research-based and is not meeting the individual needs of all students. Category 2, proposed plan of action. Plan of action and strategies. My plan of action. Step 1, I would meet with the reading supervisor to discuss in person their findings and recommendations. Step 2, I would hold a staff meeting to discuss the reading curriculum, the reading supervisor's recommendations, and PTO concerns. I would like to know the teacher's input regarding the reading curriculum and instructions and their instruction. Step 3, I would meet with the PTO to discuss their concerns. I think that's extremely important that we do not wait around on that. That needs to be done, something that needs to be done at the next meeting or even before that if they happen to have a special meeting. I think you need to address the parents' concerns as soon as possible. And then step 4, I would create a data team. I would have that data team review data, reading data, the demographics, and then the perception data. Step 5, I would share the data findings with the superintendent and the school board at the next school board meeting. Step 6, I would review the reading data with teachers and present the data team's findings. Step 7, I would apply for the grant through the State Department of Education. Step 8, if the grant is awarded, then we would start to implement a new research-based reading program, and with that, definitely provide professional development and support for those teachers. Step 9, I would provide teachers with professional development for analyzing data and meeting the needs of all students. That was one of the concerns that the reading supervisor had, was that we are not meeting the needs of all students, and I think that that goes back to analyzing data. So we need to be able to look at that data and see what each student is needing, and then use that data to drive our instruction. And step 10, if the grant is not awarded, then I need to meet with the superintendent and reading supervisor to discuss the next plan of action. We need to create a new plan of action so that we can be successful teaching our current curriculum or trying to find money to purchase a new one. And can we utilize the other district elementary school and see if they can help us? My strategies for my plan of action, you need to collaborate with the reading specialist, the superintendent, teachers, and data team and PTO. I would create that data team, and those members would be the principal. I would put teachers on there from lower, middle, and upper grades, a title or reading teacher if available. We would analyze multiple sources of data, assessment scores, demographics, and perception surveys, and then provide our teachers with professional development, differentiated instruction, data analysis, and the new reading program, and then provide extensive support for those teachers who need it, and then use district resources to help prepare and write grant for the State Department of Education. And I would also invite the parents to attend the PTO meeting. That way you can address the concerns and explain the plan of action to all parents. Category 3, resolve the issue. What's best for students? Promoting the success of all students. I promoted the success of all students by asking the district reading supervisor to observe our reading instruction after I had conducted my own assessment and saw that there was a need for an additional person to come in and give their perspective or give their outside perspective of the reading instruction. I am doing what is best for students by taking the necessary steps to apply for a grant instead of just trying to fix our curriculum or find different ways. I am being proactive and trying to apply for a grant that would allow our school to implement a research-based reading program. This reading program would help with our students' reading instruction. It would help meet the needs of all students and improve their reading skills and knowledge. Category 4, debrief the problem. What was I thinking, feeling, and valuing? Identify unresolved issues that are unsolved or open to further investigation. What was I thinking? I was thinking that Truman Elementary School needs to evaluate their current reading curriculum instruction. I was also thinking that they need to provide their teachers with professional development to better improve their instruction. And then I was also thinking about the parents and that they are starting to express their concerns, and this needs to be addressed in order to maintain the parent relationship. What was I feeling? I really felt for the teachers. Being a teacher myself, you never want to hear that your instruction is not meeting expectations. I also felt for the principal. Right now, they're going to have to oversee the grant process, implementing or improving a curriculum, data analysis, and retaining relationships with teachers and parents. So they have a lot on their plate as well. And then I also felt for the parents. I have a little girl in kindergarten, so I can't imagine if I was concerned about the reading scores and instruction. What was I valuing? I was valuing the students, I was valuing the students' education, and I was valuing the perspectives of all stakeholders. Unsolved issues. The parents have concerns regarding reading scores and instruction. Another unresolved issue is the reading assessment scores. The reading instruction is not research-based and is not meeting the needs of all students, and a grant still needs to be written. Category 5, Reflection on Standard 8. Provide evidence that I promoted the success of all students by acting as agents for continuous improvement to promote each student's academic success and well-being by engaging families and the community in beneficial ways. So the reflection, acted as an agent for continuous improvement by engaging families in the community in meaningful and beneficial ways. I provided families with the perception surveys. This will give us an outlook, or this will give us an insight onto their outlook of our school. I listened to the concerns that were expressed by the parents, and then I invited parents to attend the PTO board meeting. Use data presented to respond and communicate to the larger community to address their concerns regarding the instructional program. I addressed the parent concerns at the PTO meeting. I shared the plan of action with parents to improve our reading assessment scores, curriculum, and reading instructions. And then I also shared the data at the school board meeting. This informed the board of the parents' concerns and the grant opportunities. Use my knowledge of the policies, laws, and regulations to influence and bring positive change in teaching and learning that impacts all student groups. The State Department of Education, the grant process. I also used our standardized assessments and data, and then a research-based curriculum and instruction aligned to the state and national standards. Establish ongoing dialogue with decision makers outside the school concerning the efforts of teachers and students and how it can effectively influence and improve instruction and student performance. I kept the open dialogue with the parents at the PTO meeting. I also talked at the school board meeting. I know that all of those people are outside of the school, but there are parents and community members that do attend those meetings, and then I kept parent communication open. And my sources was the Truman Elementary case study. Thank you.